slow smoldering with burning sliding flame reverb. The flames are high, the heat is real, but I can feel something I used to feel every time I see your silhouette dancing where your body left. You're not even here, but your ghost still walks down the hallways where my memory talks. I'd burn my skin, I'd lose my breath just to touch the shadow what you left. Power chords crash like a wall of fire. Drums pound like footsteps through the flames. I'd walk through fire just to hold your shadow. Let the flames kiss my skin, let the ember swallow. Every inch of me that used to be afraid of the ghost of the love that never stayed. You're not here, but your shadow's still warm, and I'd brave the fire, I'd brave the storm, just to wrap my hands around the air where your body used to be there. Dirty riff, bass crawling like a path through burning coals. I tried to find you in the living room, but you left nothing but a flickering gloom. So I followed the outline on the wall where your shape used to stand so tall. The fire started in my chest that night, but I didn't run, I didn't fight. I just walked toward the heat and the haze just to feel you in the blaze. Louder roar a voice crackling like timber in flames. I'd walk through fire just to hold your shadow. Let the flames kiss my skin, let the ember swallow every inch of me that used to be afraid of the ghost of the love that never stayed. You're not here, but your shadow's still warm, and I'd brave the fire, I'd brave the storm, just to wrap my hands around the air where your body used to be there. Clean guitar, soft basses, girly a break. Someone asked me, why would you burn for a ghost? I said, because her shadow is what I miss the most. The way it bent when she laughed at night, the way it stretched when she held me tight. They said that's not real, that's just a trick of the light. I said, then let me burn in the trick tonight. The fire's real, the heat is true, and her shadow's the only thing that pulls me through. thebering note held like a shadow in the firelight. Then quiet. Or is gone now, but my hand still holds the shape of your shadow, the ghost of your gold. I'd do it again. Slow, haunting riff with empty space and reverb. The sky's cracked but no rain falls. I sit alone on these broken walls. You took the sun the day you left. Now I'm howling at a dead moon's breath. My throat is raw from calling your name, but echoes only throw back shame. The stars don't blink, they just stare cold. This story's gotten too damn old. Power chords crash like thunder, drums slam. I'm howling at a dead moon, singing a forgotten tune. No one hears me, no one comes, just the silence of your thumbs pressing down on every light, leaving me to beg the night for mercy that won't come soon. I'm just howling at a dead moon. Care, pull the tide and pull you near, but she's a rock with a borrowed glow, and you're a ghost I used to know. I climbed the roof, I bared my chest, gave the frozen sky my best, but even wolves know when to stop. I just keep climbing to the top. Louder, raw voice cracking, I'm howling at a dead moon, singing a forgotten tune. No one hears me, no one comes, just the silence of your thumbs pressing down on every light, leaving me to beg the night for mercy that won't come soon. I'm just howling at a dead moon. Controls the mad. Maybe that's why I'm still sad. She's dead but she still pulls my tide. You're gone but you still live inside. I don't want a new moon, I don't want a full one either. I just want the one we howled at together before you turned in to a lever. The moon won't answer, that's the truth. But she's the only one who stays. Every other light has left my roof, so I'll spend my nights in her gray gaze. Slide guitar fading, slide guitar fading. Dead moon, dead moon, dead moon. I sit at this piano every night, playing chords that never sound right. Not because my fingers forgot the way, but because you took the major keys when you left that day. I write these songs in minor thirds, every note a silent word, a language you were never taught, the alphabet of the overwrought. I cry in keys you'll never hear, in flats and sharps that disappear, into the air you don't breathe, in notes that hang like dying leaves. You listen with your ears but not your chest, so you miss the music that was best. The way my sorrow learned to sing in keys that don't mean anything to you. Dirtier, 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 dirtier. Dirtier bass crawling like a bass line that can't find its root. I tried to play you a song once in a key that matched our pulse. You said it sounded complicated. I said that's because my heart's been amputated. You never heard the C minor weeping, the E flat flat where I'm keeping all the grief you didn't want to see. You only heard the melody. I cry in keys you'll never hear, in flats and sharps that disappear, into the air you don't breathe, in notes that hang like dying leaves. You listen with your ears but not your chest, so you miss the music that was best. The way my sorrow learned to sing in keys that don't mean anything to you. Dirtier, dirtier, dirtier. Dirtier, 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 dirty, dirtier, 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 dirtier. A musician told me once that every key has a color. C major is white, D minor is blue, but the key I cry in doesn't have a name. It's the color of losing you. It's not on any scale, I know, not something you can play in a show. lives between the notes, in the cracks, where the silence pushes back. Then fiercely free, I cry in keys you'll never hear, and honestly I'm glad you're not here to ruin the music with your perfect pitch, to misunderstand which note is which. These tears have their own symphony, a requiem for what you couldn't see. So keep your ears, keep your perfect tone. I'll keep singing in a key that's all my own. Woo! You'll never hear, you'll never hear, yeah. You'll never hear. You'll never hear. Walking down this empty street, echoes follow every beat. Your goodbye still feels so strong, like a never-ending song. I tried to leave it all behind, but you're still on my mind. Lonely roads and broken songs, I've been lost for way too long. You were right, I was wrong. Now I walk with broken songs. alone. Slow, sloped in like you own the place. Left your muddy boots by my rib cage. Didn't ask for a key, just broke the door. Now I'm sleeping on a bed of broken boards. I can trace the treads in the dark, every ridge and every hollow mark. You said love was gentle, soft and kind, but your shoes left bruises on my spine. Power chords explode, snare like a whip. There are footprints on my chest. Size of your lies, deep as your regrets. You walked all over my last breath. Now these footprints on my chest won't let me rest. I washed them off, but the skin grew back around the shape of your attack. Every beat, a step you left behind, footprints on my heart, your twisted shrine. Dirtier, dirtier, bass crawling like a hangover. I told myself to sweep the floor, mop the blood and lock the door, but your boots are still by the bed. Sometimes I wear them inside my head. I walk around in your heavy heels, crush my own chest to know how it feels to be the one who leaves the mark instead of the one who loves in the dark. There are footprints on my chest, size of your lies, deep as your regrets. You walked all over my last breath. Now these footprints on my chest won't let me rest. I washed them off, but the skin grew back around the shape of your attack. Every beat, a step you left behind, footprints on my heart, your twisted shrine. I tried to walk away, but your soles are glued to my lungs. Every inhale smells like leather and goodbye. I carved your name out of my throat, but your footsteps echo in the hollow. Tell me, does it feel good to be a god, with my chest as your highway and my heart as your ashtray? roots. Footprints. 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 Slow. I took a shovel and walked at dawn to the place where you said move on. The ground was hard, the sky was gray. I dug a hole where my love could lay. You left it bleeding on the gravel road. Told me to carry my own heavy load. So I picked it up with trembling hands and buried it in those barren lands. I buried my heart where you left it to rot, 6 feet down in the poison spot. No stone, no name, no prayer, no flower, just the dirt and the rain and the passing hours. Let the worms have what you wouldn't hold. Let the ground turn love to coal. I buried my heart and I watched it sink right there where you left it, on the brink, on the brink. Dirty, oh dirty, 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 oh dirty, dirty. I came back last week just to see if anything grew from the misery. A single weed, a twisted stem, nothing green came out of them. The soil's black, the air is thick, like the memory of your kiss was sick. I knelt down low and pressed my ear. I thought I heard it beating, but it wasn't fear. Louder, raw, voice cracking like dry earth. I buried my heart where you left it to rot, 6 feet down in the poison spot. No stone, no name, no prayer, no flower, just the dirt and the rain and the passing hours. Let the worms have what you wouldn't hold. Let the ground turn love to coal. I buried my heart and I watched it sink right there where you left it, on the brink. Someone asked me where my heart went. I said I don't know, I never went to pick it up from where it fell. I just built a chapel in my hell. They said, don't you wanna dig it out? I said, what for? There's nothing left to shout. It's rotting now, it's part of the ground. The only peace I've found is the burial mound. lie down flat on the cold dead ground and pretend I'm the only heart in this town. No one comes to leave a rose, just the wind and the crows and the fading shows. But the rot has a rhythm, the decay has a song, and I've learned to sing along. Slide guitar, slide guitar, rot and rot, 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 rot. Poison tongue took you a while to learn how to string the young. But the day you tasted your first successful lie, something opened in your throat and something died in my eye. I remember the morning you looked at me straight, said I love you like it wasn't too late. But your left eye twitched just a little, just a flash. That's the moment my ribs turned to ash. I learned to bleed the day you learned to lie. Two students in the same dark school. You mastered the art of the sweet goodbye. I mastered the art of the broken rule. You learned to smile with a serpent's tooth. I learned to turn my pain into proof. Now every scar is a diploma I carry high. I learned to bleed the day you learned to lie. Practiced your lies in the bathroom mirror. Got so good you can make your own truth disappear. I practiced my bleeding in the kitchen sink, watching the water turn pink, watching the water turn pink. You got a trophy for every deception. I got a map of every infection. You climbed the ladder of the beautiful cheat. I dug my heels into the ground of defeat. Hey, hey, I learned to bleed the day you learned to lie. Two students in the same dark school. You mastered the art of the sweet goodbye. I mastered the art of first perfect lie, on my first bloody start. You walked away clean, not a stain on your shirt. I walked away learning how much damage can hurt. We graduated on the same bitter day. You with your crown, me with my fray. You said, good luck, like a wave of the hand. I said, thank you for teaching me how to stand. How to stand. Then fiercely triumphant, I learned to bleed the day you learned to lie. And honestly, I don't even wonder why. Your lies will turn to dust in someone else's mouth. My bleeding turned to rhythm, turned to south. Every drop I lost taught me how to find the parts of me you left behind. So thank you for the lesson. Thank you for the knife. I learned to bleed, and I learned to survive. Learn to bleed, learn to lie. Learn to bleed, learn to bleed. My dreams don't know you're gone yet. They still set your place at the table. I hear you laugh in the hallway. Feel your breath when I'm unable to remember that you left me. That the bed got cold in June. My arm still reaches sideways, looking for you in the moon. I still reach for you in my sleep, fingers stretching through the dark. And every time I grab the empty, I wake up with a broken heart. My hand remembers where your hip was. My skin still thinks you're there. I still reach for you in my sleep and wake up gasping for air. Dirtiest, 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 dirtiest. Dirtiest, 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 dirtiest. dirtiest, 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 dirtiest. Last night I almost had you. You were wearing that old gray shirt. I said, please don't leave before I wake up. You just smiled and said it hurts. I tried to grab your fingers, but they turned into smoke. I screamed your name until my throat bled. Then the dream just broke. Louder, raw voice cracking like shattered dawn. I still reach for you in my sleep, fingers stretching through the dark. And every time I grab the empty, I wake up with a broken heart. Gasping for air. The therapist says mourn the touch, but how do you mourn something that still thinks it's there? My body never got the memo that you're no longer there. I sleep on your side of the bed now, just to feel closer to the ghost. But every morning I wake up reaching for what I miss the most. I don't know how to stop. My hand has its own religion, and you're the only God it's got. Some nights I don't even wake up crying. I just lie there with my arms stretched wide, pretending the empty is just you hiding on the other side. Slide guitar fades to a single grasping to nothing. Empty, 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 empty. Empty, empty. I remember the last thing you said, not the words, but the way they bled into my ears like honey and rust. I knew I'd drown, but I couldn't adjust. Your voice was a river I couldn't resist. Every whisper a current, every laugh I missed. I leaned in close like a dying man, drank every sound until I couldn't stand. Didn't even make Just open my mouth and let it fill my lungs with the sound of you still. No lifeguard, no rope, no second chance, just the echo of our last romance. I went down slow, I had no choice. I drowned in the memory of your voice. Dirty in the static of the radio, in the way the wind forgets to blow, in the silence between thunder and rain, in the whisper of a dying train. Your voice lives in the cracks of my skull, a river that's permanently full. I tried to build a dam with therapy and gin, but the water just kept leaking in. Louder, raw voice cracking like someone gasping for air. I drowned in the memory of your voice, didn't even make a noise. Just open my mouth and let it fill my lungs with the sound of you still. No lifeguard, no rope, no second chance, just the echo of our last romance. I went down slow, I had no choice. I drowned in the memory of your voice. Sometimes I think I see the surface, a glimmer of light, a moment of purpose. Then your voice wraps around my ankle and pulls me back to the deep and the thankful. I've stopped kicking, I've stopped trying to swim. The water is warmer with you in it. Even if you're just a ghost in the waves, I'd rather drown than be saved. Drowned in the memory of your voice, and honestly it wasn't a bad choice. The air up there was cold and thin, the water holds me where you've been. My ears are full of your goodbye, I don't even need to try to hear you anymore, you're always near. Your voice is the ocean I choose to steer. Drown, drown. Drown, drown. Drown, drown. Drown, drown. Slow. Slow. mattress still, a hollow shape that fits the chill. I crawl over to your side at night, just to feel what wrong feels like. Your pillow doesn't smell like you anymore, just laundry soap and a closing door. But I press my face into the memory mold and pretend the cold is something I can hold. I still sleep on your side of the bed, just to feel the cold where your body's spread. Your warmth is gone, but the shape remains, a geography of vanished plains. I don't do it 'cause I miss you so, I do it just to feel the cold. At least the cold is something real, not the nothing that I've learned to feel. Dirtier, dirty and dirtier, dirty and dirtier, 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 dirtier. Sometimes I stretch my arm out wide and pretend you're on the other side, but my fingers just meet the empty air, and the cold just sits there patient and bare. I tried sleeping in the middle once, felt like a fraud, felt like a dunce. This bed is a map of where we were, and I'm just a ghost that prefers the blur. I still sleep on your side of the bed, just to feel the cold where your body's spread. Your warmth is gone, but the shape remains, a geography of vanished plains. I don't do it 'cause I miss you so, I do it just to feel the cold. At least the cold is something real, not the nothing that I've learned to feel. My friends say buy a new mattress, move on, but they don't understand the calm. The cold is the only thing that talks back in a language that my bones don't lack. I've memorized every chilling draft, the spot where your shoulder used to craft a little crescent of stolen heat. Now the cold is the only heartbeat. Honest, the cold is true, and it's the only thing that still feels like you. Still feels like you.